The proposed fourth salary standardization for government workers may be approved before the year ends. Freddie Abando reports the law proposed is set to be submitted to Congress next week.
In 2012, when the last tranche of the third salary standardization law was implemented to benefit government personnel, the value of the peso has been eroded. Based on the studies of Ibon Foundation, the true value of a 9,000 pesos salary was less than 7,000. Because of this, it has been a struggle for ordinary state workers to cope with inflation when it comes to the prices of basic commodities, utilities, and education. That's why the DBM Commission study of compensation provides a formula to ensure the pay levels of government personnel will be competitive with their counterparts in the private sector. Budget Secretary Florencio Abad bared the fourth salary standardization bill, which will set the adjustment of pay scales, has been finalized and will be submitted to Congress for its consideration and approval next week.
We should be able to approve it this week and submit it next week.
Yeah. Would that be in the form of a bill now?
Yes, it will have to be enacted into law.
Salary Standardization 4 will cover 4 tranches from 2016 to 2019. In the proposed national budget for next year, 50.6 billion pesos has been obligated to cover pay hikes for 1.3 million government personnel. State workers can now rejoice that their salaries are close to what the private sector provide for their employees. Formula combines base pay plus bonuses.
This is going to be implemented in 4 tranches, and hopefully on a weighted average basis, should bring government pay to about 84%.
84%
of private sector pay,
which is very competitive.
Well, as it stands right now, we're just 55%. We want to continue and compete with the private sector in recruiting talented and committed Filipinos to work with government. And you can see in all the departments and agencies, very many competent young people are now attracted to work in government. And this is just one of those ways by which we can further attract and retain qualified and committed workforce in government.
Senator Ralph Rector proposed that the pay hike should focus on salary grades 11 to 13. They constitute the biggest number of government personnel. This is the entry-level pay rate in public schools and wages for government nurses, so low compared to the salaries of top government officials, from the President to members of Congress and justices of the Supreme Court. Under the current compensation scheme, the President is paid 120,000 pesos monthly. Members of Congress receive 95,000. Abad stressed Salary Standardization 4 is a commitment of President Aquino in recognition of the services of 1 million government personnel to good governance. Congressman Henry Waminal said this will inspire further state workers to sustain their drive to deliver the best services to our people.
The highest rates compared to the market will go to the lowest salary grade. In fact, for example, salary grade 1 will be about 154% of market. And the lowest, at 70%, will be the President. So you look at the salary grades from 1 to 10, they're very competitive with the market. It's a recognition, in a way, of remunerating the public servants for their contribution to the many good governance initiatives and reforms that have taken place, as a result of which, fiscally, the government stands in a very strong position, is strong enough to be able to adjust, public sector pay to a level that is already quite competitive with the private sector.
The last tranche was from 2012. So with the recent standard of living and with the goal also of the government of achieving such kind of development, it is but proper for another salary standardization law should be passed in order to give that inspiration and increase of the salaries of our government workers.
For the People's Television Network, this is Freddie Abando reporting.